Hi, I'm Chris Newman, and before I start my speech, I want to show you my audience. Now imagine a game where if you succeed 3 out of 10 times, you're considered great. This game is baseball. Now today I'm going to tell you about an era where succeeding 3 out of 10 times just wasn't good enough for some people. And this era is known as the steroid era. According to an ESPN article written by the Associated Press, teams averaged over 4 runs a game before this era began. Now during the era, teams averaged 1 run more, which was 5. And after the era, teams went down back to 4. Now 1 run does not seem like much, but consider that there are 30 teams in Major League Baseball. Each team plays 162 games a season. Now that 1 run sounds a lot more there. But the most famous era the first most famous season in the steroid era was 1998, when 2 players were destined to break Roger Maris's great record of 61 home runs. Now when the season started, both players went on a tear, hitting home runs everywhere they went. And by mid-season, a 3rd player had joined the race to break Roger Maris's record, and that player was Sammy Sosa. Now, toward the end of the 1998 season, King Griffey Jr. fell off the table, and he lost track of his home runs, and that left McGwire and Sosa the 2 candidates to break the record. Now, at the end of the season, McGwire and Sosa both broke the record, but McGwire ultimately finished with more home runs. He finished with 70 home runs. Sosa finished with 66, and King Griffey Jr. finished with 56. And I got those stats off BaseballReference.com. Now, in a Bleacher Report article written by Zachary Reimer, steroid testing began in 2001. Ironically, the same year Barry Bonds broke Mark McGwire's record that he just achieved. And Barry Bonds hit 73 home runs. Now, there are a lot of positives and negatives to this game, but some of the positives, in one article written by Sean McIntyre called Baseball Steroid Era and Its Effect on the Game, after the 1994 strike, the steroid era really increased ticket sales and brought fans back to the game. The 1994 strike was when owners and players couldn't agree on salaries, and baseball ended right through the middle of the season in '94, and there wasn't World Series or nothing, and a lot of fans lost interest. But when play resumed in 1995, fans were still skeptical of what are they playing for. But when players came back and started breaking records all over, then they really caught interest in the game again, and fans came back to the field to watch. But 1998 was really the most famous year when the home run record was broke, and it really became America's pastime when McGwire shattered the record. And fans and players everywhere took more interest, and really the stats were all over skyrocketed compared to what they used to be. Now, all those things are great, but the negatives far outweigh the positives during the steroid era. The PEDs, they really tainted the game. All those records that were broken are now held by guys who cheated their way to the top and didn't earn it the way they should have. And every good player that played during that era is now, considered a cheater, even if they did it or not. But players like Mike Piazza and Frank Thomas, great home run hitters of that time, are always going to be accused of using things that they did not do. But steroids overall, they ruin the game, and they ruin the game's credibility, really. And one of the worst problems that the steroid era has created is now the Hall of Fame election. A lot of players that never did the steroids, who played in that time, are unable to enter the Hall of Fame now, just because the people believe they use steroids. Now, in an article off the website Fansided, Benjamin Chase even says that players who use PEDs will never be able to enter the Hall of Fame. Now, that is his own opinion, but it's really true, because this year in the Hall of Fame election, 36% was the highest any steroid user got, and you have to receive 75% to enter the Hall. But it's always going to be an ordeal. These players did what they did, and they just paid the ultimate price of never entering the Hall of Fame, when even before they used the steroids, they were Hall of Fame candidate players. One quote from a Padres third baseman who used steroids and actually won an MVP was this: "It's still a hand-eye coordination game, but the difference with steroids is that the ball would go to the warning track will now go out. That's the difference." And that man's name is Kim Caminiti. He even won an MVP while using steroids. Now, in conclusion, that's how the steroid era affected the game. Now, there are many positives and negatives. It just reconnected.
Did you get that much?
Yeah, I'm thinking about submitting that.
And then finishing it?
Finishing, say, like, sorry, my computer glitched.
Yes, and say, I'm just going to finish my speech. Yeah,
I wonder if I can, though.
I bet you could.
See if you can say that. Well, he can, as far as...
I don't think I can. It's not letting me touch anything.
You're almost done.
Yeah, you're supposed to last time.
What the heck?
Each time you do it, you'll just get better.
Apparently not.
Third time's a charm, man.
So stupid.
No, the fourth time.
So what does the computer do?
This right here, it just goes off and it says I have to reconnect.
What the heck?
It does that every freaking time. That's why I wanted to do it on my iPad, but it wouldn't let me upload them on that app. I'm gonna try something else on my iPad. The best part's I get to hear Dad freak out again.
Leave the door open, let's see.
He was in conclusion when that happened. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Let's see if I can do it on this. I was even past 5 minutes too, so all I had to do was wrap it up.
Yeah, you already...
How many sources did I cite? Did you?
I remember 3.
2,
How many do you have to?
3, 6. 1, 2. Oh, I missed the baseballreference.com one on the stats.
I remember specifically 3.
I knew at the very end. I knew I missed some of them. I was like, crap.
Well, at least you can do everything.
That's the main thing I have problems with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
He was concluding in the last 30 seconds, and the computer just powers off. It makes him just unconnect. Just disconnect.
Okay, so be. Yep.
Look at that big little baby girl. What you got? Yeah, what you got in your cup? The Albert. That's the Albert.
Yeah, it is Albert. You come here and you get the musket. You right there without a musket. What's his shirt?
Come on.
Is it cat? Is it kitty cat?
You have till midnight to get it submitted, right?
Albert.
You'll get it. Don't worry.
Say
Don't
Albert.
stress out over it. That'll make you...
I'm tired of this thing not working
Say
either.
Albert. You're such a silly girl.
Stressing out over technically difficult, you can expect your calmness when you're trying to give your speech.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
She's probably freaking out. Oh yeah, she likes to.
Oh no. Oh no. What are you gonna do if I don't catch you?
Falling down in your hand.
Albert. Say Albert. You said Albert.
Guys, when shoes ever get scratched up, they make something to put on them
I
that
got
look like
some.
new again. Oh, did you?
Put it on there a couple times already.
So say they look pretty good shape. I don't know if you've got them scratched or not.
Hello. Oh, she's a beautiful boy.
At school, I don't ever really get in a situation where I can damage them very much.
Where you can what? Damage them?
Yeah,
Stand up in front of the class?
yeah.
No recess duty. This
I had
is
an
my
easy week.
off-duty week.
I had 2 days this week where I had duty. And that was it.
This is my off week. Well, you get one off week in 6 weeks.
Ah,
And this is my off week. Like, this
Well,
would have been a good week for
really off this
lunch
week.
duty. I know, but like some people had lunch duty.
during this week and they got a Mr. Lunch treat. You fight for those off weeks.
I heard that Dexter had school on Tuesday, and they told the parents that the kids could come to school or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Voluntary.
Yeah.
Well, it counts as a school day, I guess, if they do that, then,
I
right?
would say
Some parents will probably throw a fit about
It's cold that day.
if they're daycare.
Well, I think Terry was about to go nuts with her.
Yeah, man. I can imagine spending, well, she spent summer all summer, I just can't imagine it.
Maggie, no. No, I think those are on video games all the time.
Yeah.
I'm sure is how that is. She really doesn't do a whole lot with it.
Aha!
What?
Should I upload a video on this?
Do you think that it will last, or it won't kick off on
This
you?
right here shouldn't.
I figured
I don't
it's
get
the
why that
internet.
does.
I figure it's our internet here at the house.
You can use your iPad?
I hope, but it's not gonna let me, I don't think.
You can drink all your meal.
Oh.
Give me that.
You can drink all your meal.
You come over here, Curly Sue. Come here, Curly Sue.
This bitch is hurting my butt.
Over here.
Ooh, this feels good in my butt.
Stop it first. Did you say cardinal? You say cardinal. Are you big enough to say cardinal?
Is she trying to say it?
Can you say cardinal?
You sounded like it.
Cardinal.
Really.
Yeah.
She
Another
listens.
cardinal.
We watch this TV show called Big Bang Theory, and every time the theme song comes on, she and her and Katie will come running in there and they'll start dancing around, and it gets to the end and they say bang and she'll say bang afterwards. Right after it.
Bang.
And it all started with a big bang.
What the heck? I just had it on
She
here.
didn't do it like I do.
What is that baseball Hall of Shame right there? Look.
I don't know.
Watch the one. Other than that, Howard gave Sheldon it was like sleep medicine. Put some sleep medicine into his notepad thing. And he came back
He's
to
trying to
the
get it to
apartment.
connect back up. I hope this will
He was
cause
all
him.
loopy and stuff. He
Our
said,
internet.
Because if it doesn't work, all she's gonna say is you need to take it over actually in
She said at the
class.
very
Leonard
beginning,
asked him,
technical
tell me the
difficulties
truth.
won't matter, you just have to take it again.
What? I'm back.
Is Duke smiling?
Yep, at midnight.
I don't know that.
It's almost 10.
I've seen that
Will
one.
it do
Oh
better in
my
there, maybe?
gosh.
It's no different.
Yeah, I don't think it
He
will.
started
Who
by
said it?
saying
Internet comes.
it was Sheldon. Because he was all looped up.
Alright, I'm sick of looking at this.
Yeah.
Nothing
He
wrong.
started out by saying,
He was inconclusive the last 30 seconds. He
Mom was
was
lost in the
disconnected.
car, but Jesus is okay.
Yeah, we can't tell Daddy,
Can't
but
tell
Jesus is
Daddy.
okay with it.
Well, can you skip it? Sing it like that?
Batman.
No, it won't.